Okay, Heracles. No, this is Trachis, Women of Trachis, beginning episode 4. I'm going to have to do this quickly. I've done it several times and it's crashed, so we'll try once more. Um, we open the fourth episode with Deianira having second thoughts. We saw her in episode 3. Uh, Applying this love potion and being actually hopeful for regaining the love of Heracles. And now she realizes something that she saw. She tells about watching the wool that she used in preparing the robe shrivel in the sun. Then I folded up the garment untouched by the sun in the casket that you saw. On going back into the house, I encountered something too weird for words, beyond all human understanding. I had tossed the tuft of wool I had used for rubbing onto the floor, which was hot from the sun, and immediately it melted away and shriveled to powder, like a sort of sawdust. Is that going to happen to Heracles as well? She fears the worst, and she fears being blamed for it. I alone will be responsible for my husband's death. I am shattered. I know that even the centaur Chiron, who was immortal, was mortally wounded by one of Heracles' poisoned arrow. That's told in a tragedy by called not Alcmene. It's well, whatever. It's a tragedy by Euripides. Um, Helus enters. He's the first to remonstrate with his mother about what's happened to Heracles and to blame her. And blame her he does, and instead of responding, she is silent. And the chorus notices her silence. The son screams, "You have killed the greatest man on earth. Of a man like him, you will never see a rebirth." And she goes away, and the chorus says, "What makes you leave in silence? Do you not know that such is an admission of guilt?" But Deianira feels guilty. We saw that in her speech, even though she is not. And so for a while, everybody is blaming her, even herself. Um, the fifth episode opens with a cry from off stage. The nurse has seen the body of Deianira, who has committed suicide, comes in and reports it. Um, Hylas comes in and realizes too late that his mother is innocent, that he has unjustly uh, charged her. And so the nurse concludes with the opening sentiment, the opening gnomon. So if anybody counts on his days to come, he is a fool, for there is no tomorrow till today is done. Heracles enters screaming in pain and begs Hylas to kill him. Um, he begs also for his son to bring his wife to him, bring Deianira to me so I can kill her. Um, and then Hylas has to tell him, well, I'm sorry, she's committed suicide. And Heracles then starts into other ramblings. He recounts all of his 12 labors. When Hylas explains the innocence of Deianira, Heracles reveals the prophecy. The prophecy that he would be at peace after 15 months, and now he realizes bitterly what the other meaning of that phrase is. I thought this meant that I should be happy at last, but all it meant was that I should die, for labor is over for the dead. So he leaves Hylas with two requests. First of all, throw me on the funeral pyre, and secondly, marry Deianira. Both of those horrify Hylas. Heracles says, "Throw my body onto the pile and set fire to it with a flaring pine torch. Let me see no tears, no lamentation." And then he says, This is what I want you, my son, to be true to me, your father, and true to your oath. When I am dead, marry her. Marry Iole. Hylas is horrified. Dear God, to be angry with the sick man is wrong, but how can I countenance such a monstrous idea? But he does, as honoring the final wish of his father. And so he takes his father off stage to the funeral pyre, and they all live happily ever after, because that's how tragedies end. So thank you for your patience, and we'll see you in the next. We're actually beginning now the Trojan War, so we'll see you then.